Hey y'all, and welcome to Glittering the Coast. Today we're going to be making some flower lid toppers for our Stanley 2.0s or our Stanley Dupes, and this one is a 40-ounce size, and I wanted to do something different than glitter this time, and I thought that this was going to be absolutely beautiful. I wanted to give it a try, so that's what we did. I was looking for new little design for my personal cup. So I get all of these blanks from Zindy, and I'm going to link them in the description. So make sure that you check out the description. It will have absolutely everything that I use here. So I'm using a UV resin here, and I'm just putting a light coat on so that I can just lightly get the surface of this blank damp. And then I'm going to use a silicone tool, and I'm just going to spread that all over the blank. So just, kind of go in here and there. You're going to be making sure that the entire blank is covered with UV resin. And this is a very easy way to do it. Whenever I use the silicone part of these little paint brushes, you can go put these underneath your UV light, and that extra UV resin is going to come off as soon as it is cured. So that's why I like to use these little silicone brushes here. From start to finish, this project, since I have never done it before, took me about 15 minutes total. So I was really pleased with how this one turned out. So if you're looking for how long is this going to take you, if you're using UV resin, it shouldn't take you very long if you're trying to get some of these knocked out. But these would be really pretty to make if you're going to be doing like a little craft fair. You can do these and not even put names on them, and they would be really, really pretty on top of the cups. So what I do is I get eye level here, and you're definitely looking at the top of my head, and I make sure that the resin is completely smoothed out over the edge of this blank. I leave that brown paper on in case the resin decides it wants to slip off the edge. It's not going to get on the underneath side of the blank and ruin what's on that part. So these are dried flowers, and I got them from Amazon. Those will also be linked. I got a ton of them. I got 4 packs of these, and there was a lot of dried flowers in them. So I definitely recommend them. I honestly didn't know what to expect whenever I got these in the mail, and I was surprised that there was a ton of them in there and that they were real flowers. So right now it is September of 2023, and I am looking forward to fall. So I wanted to do something fall-like, which was these kind of muted and neutral tones. And I like those tones anyway. So I'm just taking these flowers out of the packaging and just putting them onto my blank wherever I want to. Now you notice that I did not cure this resin because I need these items to stick to the resin itself. But what I did beforehand was I tried to pop as many bubbles with my lighter as I could, and in the finished product there were a couple little bubbles, but it doesn't really matter because this is mine. But just be aware that there could be little bitty trapped air bubbles underneath your flowers, but you really can't tell, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm just going in and placing flowers where I want, and I really like this maple leaf, so I decided I was going to put that one on there for a little pop of red color, and it turned out really, really pretty. So I like the maple leaf. The idea behind this one is it looks really nice when you have the flowers and then it's kind of clear so you can see through it. And that's why I did not fill the entire space up with the flowers or the leaves because there was greenery in that packaging too. So I've got some gold leaf, and I'm just taking my tweezers so that I don't touch the UV resin with my hands, and I'm just pulling out some little pieces. And like I said, everything will be linked in the description, and this will be there also. But speeding up here, I just added some gold leaf foil wherever I wanted to, and it just made it pop without adding any extra glitter to it. So this is a good little non-glittered type of project. And then I put a finger cot on and pushed every single item down into the UV resin. And then I used my UV lamp and cured everything until the light went off. And I'm going back over this now and putting more UV resin on top. And what I do here is I put enough where I think it's going to almost completely cover the blank without spilling over, and then I get on eye level of the project, and I just bring all of the UV resin to the sides and fill in any extra blank spaces with the UV resin in the middle. So now that we've got that side done, we're going to take off the top layer of this protective paper, and you can see how pretty this looks. So you don't need a name on top. You can just fill it in a little more or leave it as is. And I wanted to put my name, so I'm using some rose gold, kind of reflective, there's my big old head, reflective coloring on this vinyl. So I thought that one was going to be really pretty on top of that. And I like pink, but it kind of reminded me of the fall too, which is why I chose that specific color. I cut my name out with my Silhouette Cameo, but you can use whatever cutting machine that you have. But I just always have used my Cameo, so that one was really easy to do. Now on this top side, I am doing the same thing that I did on the bottom, and I'm just making sure that all of the UV resin is smoothed out over the entire blank. But I put the resin in the middle, and then I kind of pull it from the middle, and I make sure that all of the sides are completely covered at first. And every time I do one of these projects, I am eye level with the project. So I'm like bent over in my chair, making sure that all of the sides are completely covered. After that, I will make sure that the middle is covered and there's no holes or divots in it. And we use our lighter and make sure that all the bubbles are popped. Make sure that it is cured properly. And I mean, that was basically it. Like I said, it took me about 15 minutes to do, and there are a few little bubbles here, but I love this. This one is like the 2.0 lid. So that one's a Stanley, and it sits on top. And then with my dupe, it actually fits in a little bit more snug. So if you love looking at this and you want to make one, hopefully this tutorial helped. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe, and just keep watching for more updates. Thank you.